And Lamott, Dusk, Night, Dawn, on Revival and Courage. In Dusk, Night, Dawn, on Revival and Courage, author Anne Lamott shares her personal journey and insights on how to find hope amidst the chaos of the world. Through examining her own struggles, relationships, and spiritual growth, she offers guidance on living in the present, achieving true intimacy, focusing on the good, and finding faith to persevere. Drawing from the parallels between light and darkness, Lamott encourages readers to appreciate the beauty in contrast and to recognize the love and connection that exists within themselves and their communities.
Hope blooms in the present. Embracing the present moment can be one of the most powerful ways to find hope and recover faith in life. By taking small actions that reconnect you to the present, you cultivate an environment for your soul to thrive, even amidst the uncertain and chaotic times we live in. May you live in interesting times. This phrase finds itself worryingly relevant in today's world where it seems a new crisis appears daily. With constant uncertainty surrounding us, it can be a struggle to find meaning and remain hopeful for future generations. Anne Lamott, a gifted author, suggests that hope comes from entirely immersing oneself in the present. She shares an experience involving an argument with her husband that occurred mostly within her own mind. Lamott was upset about her husband not responding to her texts, leading her down a path of internal conflict and noise. However, after speaking with a close friend, she realized that her husband was truly her best friend and that life is not always picture perfect. This epiphany brought her peace and quieted her chaotic thoughts. The experience echoed a time in Lamott's life when she was recovering from alcohol addiction. Though her journey to sobriety was physically arduous, she discovered her feelings of disconnection and unmooredness came from her soul. She had tarnished it with perfectionism, self-hatred, and ego, the unholy trio. However, the soul is eternally optimistic, waiting patiently to be filled with hope once again. So she took tiny, practical steps to repair the damage she had caused. She began by paying bills, doing dishes, and staying grounded in the present moment. Through these everyday actions, she learned to love herself, one day at a time. If you're struggling to regain hope and faith in life, try connecting with your soul's innate curiosity. Pay attention to the beauty that lies before you, be it a bowl of cherries or a stunning sunrise. Embrace the present and cherish its precious moments. Your soul will reward you with hope and love, even when the world seems uncertain. Embracing intimacy through imperfection. Embracing the reality that we are all imperfect beings is the essence of true intimacy. To be truly seen and to genuinely see others, we must look beyond our own and others' shortcomings, embracing every aspect of each other. This openness, which often means confronting our fears of rejection and loss, allows for genuine love to grow from mutual understanding and acceptance, ultimately teaching us how to love ourselves as we truly are. Experiencing self-doubt and insecurities is a universal feeling. We all find ourselves scrutinizing our aging bodies and perceived flaws, wondering how we can be genuinely loved. And Lamott recounts an instance when she skeptically extended her sunburned arms to her husband, only to be met with unexpected kindness and acceptance. This profound moment encapsulates what it means to be genuinely seen, a sentiment that plays out in both directions. Describing her relationship with her husband, Lamott conveys the essence of truly seeing someone and overlooking their shortcomings to discover their most authentic selves. Delving into the core of a person and understanding their vulnerabilities enables genuine intimacy to bloom. This clarity and insight, both at giving and receiving ends, is the crux of real intimacy. However, the fear of being exposed and genuinely understood can be terrifying. Lamott's husband, for example, revealed that his compulsive need to correct Lamott, recognized early in their relationship, had sabotaged previous relationships. The fear of being seen so clearly arises primarily from deep-rooted experiences with our own families. Dysfunctional childhood environments often teach us to avoid vulnerability, withhold emotional openness, and remain unseen. This fear of visibility can hold us back from forming strong connections with others. The danger of pursuing intimacy lies in the possibility of loss, rejection, and the exposure of our darkest thoughts and actions. Beyond the praiseworthy and modest aspects of our personalities, we harbor ugly secrets, like feelings of entitlement or even malicious desires. However, those who genuinely love us will inevitably discover these darker aspects in time, and endure alongside us. This raw vulnerability gives us the opportunity to learn how to be loved, despite our imperfections, and in turn, how to love ourselves. Genuine intimacy relies on embracing our own and others' imperfections and allowing ourselves to see, experience, and love the entire spectrum of human existence. This gift of openness fosters love and teaches us self-acceptance, ultimately enriching our lives with profound connections. Embracing goodness. And Lamott, in her moment of self-realization, discovered that shifting one's focus towards goodness and spiritual awakening can transform lives. By consciously choosing to be less of an asshole, leaning into kindness, and embracing forgiveness, we can create a profound shift in perspective that brings peace and a heightened awareness of life's beauty. Everyone carries some measure of shame or guilt, however, when we decide to be more understanding, tolerant, and patient, forgiveness comes naturally, allowing us to appreciate the world around us. During her routine physical, and Lamott faced the terrifying possibility of having melanoma, as her father had once fallen prey to. This sudden scare made her realize how she spent most of her life consumed by low-level fears and petty obsessions. Reflecting on childhood anxiety, she wondered when she would ever overcome it. It was her friend Father Terry who taught her a valuable lesson: it isn't about getting over things, but leaning into goodness and embracing spiritual awakening. Father Terry's simple yet profound advice, "Try to be less of an asshole," revealed an important truth. By genuinely leaning into goodness and striving for self-improvement, one could create a transformative shift in focus. Instead of just trying to be good to avoid negative consequences, one must wholeheartedly believe in their inner goodness. This shift in perspective would help appreciate the beauty of life and embark on the crucial journey of self-forgiveness. Realizing that most shame and guilt arise from hurtful comments others made during childhood allows us to recognize that it's not our burden to carry. As we focus on doing good deeds and adopting positive qualities such as understanding, tolerance, and patience, forgiveness becomes natural. Each small act of forgiveness brings peace and helps us perceive the world through a lens of compassion and light. Embracing goodness, then, is an essential step towards a richer, more fulfilling life. Overcoming existential exhaustion. Life can be overwhelming, but we have the power to overcome adversity and find hope in the hardest circumstances. And Lamott's friend, who stays hopeful despite her son's incurable cancer, exemplifies how the strength within us can help us keep going. Drawing inspiration from the story of Elijah and his encounter with God, Lamott suggests simple prayers and active listening for God's presence can help us transcend the noise in our heads and become in tune with the universe around us. There is no doubt that life sometimes feels unbearably challenging. Faced with daily struggles, a climate crisis, threats to democracy, and a global pandemic, it's easy to feel bogged down by existential exhaustion. Yet, despite life's hardships, some individuals find a way to remain hopeful even in the grips of tragedy. Take the example of one of Lamott's friends, who maintains hope even as her 22-year-old son battles incurable brain cancer. When questioned about her unwavering resilience, Lamott's friend responded that her love for life and an inner strength prevents her from giving up. She relies upon her lunch money faith, just enough to keep her moving forward. However, for many, this persistence often feels like outrunning their personal adversities, just one step ahead of the next calamity. Only when a life-changing event occurs, like a cancer diagnosis or heart attack, do people slow down and pay attention. This is where the biblical story of Elijah offers inspiration. Upon reaching his breaking point in the desert, Elijah encounters an angel who provides sustenance and asks him, "Why are you here?" Emulating Elijah's turning point in finding strength, Lamott encourages us to forge a connection with God through simple prayers and conscientious listening. By actively seeking and acknowledging God's presence, whether in a bustling city, congested traffic, or a remote mountaintop, we're able to break through the overwhelming noise in our heads. Attuning ourselves to that divine whisper allows us to become one with the universe and remain resilient in times when life's challenges threaten to weigh us down. Embracing light and darkness. Darkness can offer valuable moments for reflection and tranquility. In times of uncertainty, we can find comfort in recognizing the essential beauty and interconnectedness of life, as well as the unwavering support found in the love of those dear to us. Through these experiences, we can appreciate the balance between light and darkness and how they both contribute to the richness of our existence. In moments where we are shrouded in darkness, whether it's a literal power outage or a figurative period of despair, it becomes crucial to embrace the opportunities it presents. Author Lamott reflects on the beauty found within the darkness during a blackout in California, where she discovered the captivating dance of light and shadow brought to life by candlelight. Lamott reminds us that even in the absence of modern conveniences, we can still find connection and purpose in the simpler aspects of life. Darkness not only serves as a chance to appreciate light, but it also holds its own beauty and wisdom. A night sky adorned with a constellation of stars or the enchanting glow of the northern lights exemplify the elegance of darkness. By accepting and embracing these periods of darkness, we can gain respite and revel in the serenity it provides. As Lamott stumbles upon an uprooted redwood tree, she witnesses the intricate network of roots beneath the surface, symbolizing life's complexity and interconnectedness. This revelation sheds light on the fact that even in challenging times, we are linked to one another and held together by the nurturing love we share with those around us. In the midst of adversity, when darkness envelopes us, we often find that our most genuine and compassionate sides emerge. We set aside our trivial grievances and offer friendship and support, demonstrating the true power of love. Be it through simple gestures like sharing candles or cake or engaging in heartfelt conversation, love unveils the inherent beauty that exists both within and around us. Through the act of giving and receiving love, we can celebrate the balance between light and darkness and the enduring splendor of our shared existence.
Anne Lamott's Dusk, Night, Dawn imparts the wisdom that stems from her own experiences of overcoming life's challenges to find hope, intimacy, and faith. She encourages readers to focus on the present moment and the good, as well as to cultivate relationships that allow them to be genuinely seen and loved. Lamott reminds us that darkness can be soothing and illuminating, teaching us to appreciate the light. Through embracing life's complexities, leaning into the support of loved ones, and seeking genuine connection with oneself and others, one's perspective shifts as they rediscover the beauty within their lives and the world around them.